after losing my parents. My dad died in January 9th, and before that I was seeing medical doctors who were actually putting me on medications, and every time I was given a prescription just to calm down what I was going through mentally, emotionally, they sent me to different pharmacies' prescriptions, and they gave me so many prescription drugs, and yes, they were acting very, very well for me, and I kind of like got used to them. And it hit the roof now when I also lost my mom in July, and what happened was I now fell heavily on using these medications. It was very difficult for me to cope with my mom's death and my dad's death because they were very, very close, one, and two, they were my greatest foundation for the man that I am today. So I started doing a very deep soul searching because it was very difficult for me to really uplift myself and just walk on my path and feel that I could do it by myself. So I hid behind medication. And I know it was really killing people who are very close to me because I couldn't function without these medications. So all of a sudden one day, I remember it was on September 29th, I was very, very sad. I came home and played with my dogs a little bit, and unfortunately I took Ambien as prescribed, and I remember not falling asleep and still feeling that I'm still struggling, and I took another Ambien again, and then I took Xanax too. So I fell asleep, and unfortunately I sleepwalked from my sleep to my car and drove about 2 streets away from my house. I thank God that I didn't kill anyone, and it's kind of like I pulled my car on the side of the road and turned off the key of the vehicle, but a police officer came and pulled over trying to wake me up and I was asleep. So my car was towed. The next time I recall is that I was trying to wake up in the morning, and it was about 5 in the morning, and they brought it to my attention that we found you asleep in your car and you couldn't speak. So I was released because I didn't have any record, and of course I was given a DUI for the first time in 12 years driving in the United States. I didn't even know anything about the law because I've never been in trouble. So after that, my very, very close friends came to me and they were like, man, I would hate to see you dead. I would hate to see what you're going through. I know you're going through a very rough time. And a friend of mine mentioned they have a very great program in Sovereign Health, and if you take this opportunity, it might be something you'd really, really strive, and it might get you off the feet and give you a jump start. So me being the person that I am, I like being, I'm always very cooperative because I love growth, and I said I'm going to take a chance to come to Sovereign and see what happens, and trust me, that was the beginning of change. Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was really coming to face. But in my head, I had one goal, that when I come to Sovereign, before I leave, I would have come what brought me here, and that was to make a dramatic change in my life, to stop taking medications and try and live medication free, and just be happy to be back on my feet without any obstruction of having to feel that I need to take something to buy my happiness or restore faith in me. So I knew when getting here, that was my goal, but I didn't know what I was expecting until when I touched Sovereign. And I can tell you sincerely and very honestly, wow, the entire staff here have been very, very accommodating, very professional. From the last man on the list, you can call him the janitor, to the head of the organization, I can tell you the respect, the amount of affection, the amount of closeness, the amount of attention they give to you, the amount of support. Trust me, I would never have thought I would get this here, but trust me, I'm one of the most luckiest person right now standing here telling you that I'm very happy with that I found here. Actually, it has been very funny because I'm a 6'8" guy, and my bed actually I think is about 5'8", but trust me, let me tell you this part actually. It's very funny because, you know, in life, we all love comfort. But I've known one thing in life is that in order sometimes to succeed, be comfortable, you'll have to give in something. So for me, the bed was this small and my feet were almost this way, but trust me, what I was gaining from what I came to get here originally was more, it was wider than the bed that I thought of mentally. So to me, I've found so much than even sleeping in a comfortable bed. There's so much that I gained from this exercise that, wow, the bed is not even a question. I eat good, I'm so lucky. I'm very, very lucky. I think if I had a list of naming each and everyone who I've come across, I think the list would go on and on and on. Because, as I said again, right from the beginning of the program, I've met great people, from the staffing management to the drivers to the house managers to the way they organize their program, from making sure we're well fed. We are very fortunate. In fact, they even give us the opportunity to even have our own shopping list. Trust me, I've been very blessed to travel to so many countries, and I've seen people work so hard, and people even who live with $20 a month of food and housing. And just to have that someone who cares for you to the capacity to give you the opportunity to even have at least to say what you want, there is no doubt in my mind that I'm fortunate. And for me to be in this position, I know there are so many kids back in Africa, Ethiopia, Sudan, Somalia, these are places I've been and I've seen, who would die to be in my position. And since it's me who has been blessed to be here, I feel like I only not represent myself, but I also represent them. And I'm here to make this a success, so that I can also give someone a chance to look back and say, if that man can make it, I too can do it. So I can say the staff here has been, I tell you, amazing. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, because I know exactly how I feel when I walk in here every day in the morning and when I leave. And these are the people who are actually making me even go above and beyond to do what I'm supposed to do here. So I'm very, very grateful. Absolutely. I like going for all because, you know, the more you learn, the more knowledge you have. So to me, every group I go to, I try and pick a thing or two which I had in my everyday life, and I think it's always beneficial, because if I didn't know anything and tomorrow I enter a class and I learn a thing, then when I walk out of that class I've got more knowledge, and with that knowledge I can also tell someone else who didn't have it, and we'll all have knowledge. So to me, all classes are very beneficial, and I love the program. I would say once you step into Sovereign, you first meet the staff who really, really welcome you, make you feel comfortable. They take you down the whole program on what to expect. They make sure that you're appointed as a physician, you have your psychiatrist, you have your therapist. They make sure you get your accommodation situated, and they make sure they run down to show you the entire program. For example, on the groups you'll be attending to, what to expect, and how to go about the program. And I think that to me is like a manual. So if I follow up the manual, at the end of the day, then I should get the results of what I'm supposed to be doing. So I think that should, stand still. That's what they always do when you come in as a new student and try and register down. The whole one-door policy for everyone. So with that, you can walk into anyone's office. Might be the manager, might be a doctor, might be even the kitchen staff, and they'll be more than willing to listen to your problems and help you solve them to the best of their ability. So that's one open policy that they have that is very, very soothing, because you feel that you can talk to anyone about anything. And that to me makes me comfortable to know that I have a very group of support of people I can walk into, and they'll always listen to me. It has turned me into a stronger person. I know today, if I leave Sovereign Health today, I can tell you for a fact, I've grown as a man. I know it's very hard sometimes to fall down and say, I know everything, I know These kids have always been here. It's been chaos to be here for 60, 90 days, but to me, I came here with a goal, and my goal was to get better. And I know I found the tools here, and I've taken something with me that is very special, not only in the material that I've learned, but the people that I've met here. So to me, that is justified, and it will always remain as part of my life for the rest of my life. Sovereign Health is designed not to kind of like give you the recipe of your success. It is structured to help you have a chance to attain your goal. So, pay attention to what brought you here, and you'll succeed and walk out of here with what brought you here.